Yesterday, 1.21.60 was released for Bedrock Edition. So a lot of these features are going to be coming to Java Edition and Bedrock Edition for the spring drop. I'm not interested in any of that. You guys are already aware of these things. I'm going to scroll down here. We can take a look at the pause feature. A couple of months ago, Bedrock Edition added the feature for pausing to the game. Enable game pause, true. And now we can pause the game. Good God. It's a very big deal, not because of parity, but the fact that it's a video game, pause when alone, and there's a notification that informs you when someone else has joined that your game has now unpaused automatically. Fast forward to today, it's now February. Now everyone expected this feature to be fully implemented in the 1.21.60 update. It was a long time coming. The pause functionality will only be available in beta and preview for the time being. We know you're super excited to be able to pause in Bedrock. However, we need to wait a little bit longer for this feature to be perfected before we can release it to you. Thanks for your patience and understanding. Now, everyone was up in arms about this, a little confused, a little shocked as to why pausing is still not available. This uproar is on full display. There's not a lot of information about it. Forgive me for my language, but why in the actual... So I set out to investigate this. There aren't a lot of bug reports that deal with the pausing mechanic, and I wanted to know why in particular it's taken them so long to implement such a simple feature that is a staple in video game design. So here you can see I played survival Minecraft for about 2 full Minecraft days, about 46 minutes on Bedrock Edition, while also getting an understanding of Bedrock Edition and how it plays. And I've written some notes here. There are a slew of things I need to talk about. So here I am in the world. About 30 seconds in, you can see something strange is already happening. I am walking diagonally and I can't seem to straighten up the player while walking straight. That's a first. So 1 minute into the gameplay, I'm just testing out whether pausing works in general. Pausing does stop the pig from moving. So that's a good start. Seems to be working here. So something more intricate is at play here. 3 minutes in, I'm mining this tree. So I go to my crafting area. You can see I'm just making planks. And I can't drag to make... You can see my confusion is definitely at play here. I'm trying to make a crafting table, so I drag down, and then I drag to the top right. And I can't. I'm holding down right click and I can't make my crafting table. In fact, I even move my mouse to the right side because I'm expecting to get a crafting table, yet sticks are still there. This is certainly not related to Bedrock Edition. I'm sure this is just a preview issue. If this is something that's happening to you, let me know, but this does become a bit problematic later on. And obviously here I couldn't make a furnace either, but I've already readapted. So here now I'm testing out the pausing feature for skeletons and fighting in general. You can see while I'm spamming pause, the arrows do actually stop in their tracks, so it's good. Good job, Mojang. Interestingly here, as I'm pausing the game, the skeleton's bow sort of jitters back and forth back to its default position. That appears to be a client-side concern. What I'm testing here is whether there is some sort of input delay for pausing and whether I can move immediately after unpausing the game. And it seems like you can't. Notice after unpausing, I remain stationary for a while. It is only after a few ticks I can strafe to the left. Now this is a common issue with Bedrock Edition because Bedrock Edition is notorious for having input delays. You'll see this example demonstrated later on in the video. It has to be something to do with the server and client side communication, which is absolutely key as to why this feature wasn't implemented at all from the very beginning of the game. And I tried to pinpoint exactly what the issue was and where it stems from. And I noticed that Bedrock has a lot of these on-screen animations. So here I toggle them off and see whether that does anything. I think given my history with Bedrock Edition, because I've played this before, I've noticed that turning off screen animations doesn't actually achieve anything, but I'm trying it anyway. And in some niche cases, I can see where this can go wrong, especially when a creeper is about to explode. That 1 or 2 tick difference can save your life. This is very apparent when you turn off the on-screen animations without all the distractions and flare on the screen. Look what happens here when I'm pausing. The game rolls back a fraction. This is very odd and I don't know why this happens. You can see here I tried to lower the render distance to see if it fixes anything. It really doesn't. Still rolls the game back. You can see it doesn't fix it. There was one major feature I wanted to test out, and that maybe explains why this feature has been delayed, and that is whether in-game actions pause the game naturally. So I wanted to craft some planks here, but I instead mistakenly crafted some buttons. And so I sat here for the next 15 seconds contemplating my life. I literally paused for a long time. I was maybe considering whether I wanted to cut it out of the video. I obviously didn't. Here I was once again reminded while I'm trying to craft the chest that the Bedrock Edition chest looks really weird. So nearly an hour in, and I finally wanted to test out whether writing on the sign pauses the game, as it does in Java Edition. Here I place it down, I start writing, and then... the game does not pause. Look, after all that testing, I still don't know why the pause feature has been delayed. It clearly has a lot of problems in the back end. I can see why there are minor fixes that need to be done, minor tweaks that need to be done, as demonstrated in the gameplay. So these small things might be adding up to something rather concerning that clearly the developers want to test out even further before releasing it to the public. Here's the feedback page. If you want to see what people are writing, be my guest. And here are the bug lists for that feature specifically. So I know a lot of you guys might be frustrated, but they're probably working on it.